boy Oscino Fly, back with another review, and this time we are reviewing Jeezy's The Recession 2. Oh man, I didn't even know he was dropping this until maybe a week ago, and Jeezy is in my top 5, if not top 10 of all greatest rappers of all time. I've always been a fan of Jeezy ever since 101. It was good seeing Jeezy still drop stuff, even though I thought his last album was his last one. The fact that he dropped this one, I think it's real good for him. And he just came off of Versus with Gucci Mane. I like seeing that. I like the way that, even though there was times where I thought there was gonna be a goddamn shootout. I'm glad it didn't. I'm glad to see Gucci and Jeezy patch it up, at least to a point where they could be in a room together. I think that was for the culture. I think the culture won with that one. Killer Mike had if I may speak on that for a little bit, Killer Mike, to me, had the line of the day when Gucci played Truth and was talking about smoking a Pookie, we're gonna smoke a Pookie Loke. We're gonna smoke a pack of Pookie Loke or something like that. Whatever it is Gucci said. And in the comment section, I don't know if anybody ever seen this, but in the comment section, Killer Mike said, "Whoop, time to go." It reminded me of, if anybody's seen Color Purple, when the little light skinned joint was trying to go up against Oprah, and I think she slapped her, and then everybody, all the old black men was trying to get the fuck out, and then there was one dude playing on the piano. He was like, "Whoop, time to go." And he just packed up the piano. I thought that was Killer Mike. But I'm glad it didn't. I'm glad to see them reconcile things, and I'm glad to see, they do this for the culture. But on to The Recession. I've always said The Recession 1 holds a real special place in my heart because it got me through Navy A school when I was trying to learn my job and shit. I remember picking up this album, and I just picking up The Recession, the first one, and I could not put it down. I fucked with The Recession heavy, and so I think it's one of his his top 3 albums of all time, maybe, because The Recession, I think I hold The Recession highly. I hold it really highly in the Jeezy catalog, and I think it's one of his best work on there, and it's a very different Jeezy. It was a very political Jeezy too. The Recession 2, I feel like it follows the same way. Now Jeezy, later in his years, he's been making more mature music, not much the trap shit no more, but it's I've grown and I basically mature. This is what you get when you get out of The Recession 2. And one thing about The Recession 2 is also very, very, very political. Especially with Oh Lord, you got Tamika Mallory over there, and they talking about the problems in the community, the shit that's been happening in 2020. It's a great way to start off an album. Tamika Mallory sounds real good on there. Here We Go is really good. Anytime The Ghetto with E40. Anytime you get E40 on the track, I'm gonna fucking love it because I'm a big E40 fan. My reputation with Lil Duval and Demi Lovato. First of all, this shocked the hell out of me. I didn't even know Jesus was cool with Demi Lovato like that. And Demi Lovato fucking impressed me on this one. I was not expecting this. I wasn't even expecting to like this, but I ended up liking it. And not that I think Demi Lovato was whack, but it was just really? Demi Lovato? But she does good on here. Lil Duval over here on with the ad-libs and all that other stuff. Really, really, really fucking good. And I thought it was a real good, solid song. The Glory with Neo. It's great to hear from Neo again. You don't really hear from Neo much, but him on the hooks, I thought it was really good to hear. And he still sounds wonderful. Therapy for My Soul. I think this is one of Jeezy's most open tracks. Where he's really, really revealing himself. And a lot of artists, especially the older artists, it's you got these songs where they're just revealing themselves, and there's a lot of talk about therapy and trying to become better persons and all that other stuff. You can tell some of our older rappers, I said this on, I don't know if I said this on Busta's album, but I think it refers to here on there, you see a lot of maturity and growth in some of these rappers on here, and which is why I feel like Jay-Z, when it's 444, like it's a very grown album. It's not for kids, it's definitely for adults, and you hear a lot of growth in some of these artists, and I like that some of these artists are following suit. They're not just on the same shit. Therapy for My Soul, it shows that Jeezy is just trying to be on this grown shit. Almighty Black Dollar with Rick Ross, again, Rick Ross does not disappoint on these hooks. And I seen the video for it. I like the video concept, the whole Frank Lucas thing, the whole song about, you know, spending money in the hood and talking about fuck Gucci and all the other fitness joints. It's like we need to spend money on it, on ourselves, you know, like let the money circulate in the hood, like the almighty Black Dollar, which like I'm pretty sure we've all been saying, but is this ever going to be put in fruition? Who knows? I hope so. I've always said we need to spend our own shit, we need to make our own clothes. We could be our own Gucci, we could be our own Louis. We ain't gotta get a Birkin, we can make our own Birkins and all that stuff, but that's just me. The Kingdom, I think The Kingdom is a wonderful way to end this album. I felt like he really goes in on there. He doesn't disappoint. Overall, I can see myself going back to this as much as I did The Recession. Now, The Recession, I played that album to death. I can see myself playing this album to death. But then again, Jeezy's in my top 5. I like hearing growth and maturity out of Jeezy. Like he can still put out hits if he can, but I like hearing this grown Jeezy. Shout outs to him. I feel like he done put out a dope concept and album with The Recession too. And I don't care anybody say, I fucks with the album cover. I like what he's dressed in there. I know someone said he looked like Doug Funny's sister. I fucking laughed though. When someone said that he looked like Judy Funny, I fucking laughed. But overall, I give this album a 9 out of 10. I think it's a damn near perfect album. I feel like he was on his shit when he put this album out. My top 10 is going to be really, really fucked up. I still got other albums I need to listen to before I even come with my top 10, but this is definitely going to be on there. A lot of good albums have came out at the end of the years, to the fact that I've really got to go back to see what my top 10 is. So stay tuned for that. I still got other stuff I need to review, but look out for the top 10 albums of 2020 soon. But for those who don't know, my cutoff point is actually December. Once December hit, that's the cutoff point. So I always count, like I was in December, I always count them into the next year, because you know, like, that's just how I do it. So from December to November is usually I'm going to be looking at those albums during that fiscal year. So just to let y'all know, good job, Jeezy. If this is your last album, I don't know if you're gonna put out more stuff. This is a great way to go out on. I feel like you did your thing right here. Keep doing you. Or if you wanna like just bow out gracefully, I feel like this is a great album you can bow out gracefully to. And like I hope you live a great, lavish life to the end of time. So with that being said, listen to the album and let me know what y'all think. Did y'all love it? Did y'all hate it? I'm glad to be doing this. I'm going to be doing a lot of editing. So, with that being said, my name is Oscino and I'm out. Peace.
Fancy ass man wear glove and rings, flying around town in a tub of wings. Found out how to make love to fiends. He mixing that fudge with the drug of dreams. She too teenage to have a drug of choice, but she fuck with that Royce like she love Detroit. She rollin'. Pharaoh.